One street over there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wonder what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh my goodness, good morning, Robeson County. We're going to get right to it. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm Newton Laverne. Hey y'all, how you doing? Trent Cobb is in the house, and we got fair stuff to talk about. We don't have a ton of time to do it, so I mean we kind of want to get right to it because I mean it's time. It is time for the fair. So
Half an hour is very enough time to
go. I mean seriously, I'm going to shut up and let you talk. So
Okay,
let's talk. Coming up.
Okay, starting this week, this coming week, Tuesday afternoon at 5 p.m. we have the fair parade. That kicks off, and it starts up at 10th Avenue, on the corner of 10th Avenue, just right above CVS. So we have people that start lining up in the CVS parking lot, and they line up along the boulevard all the way to the fairgrounds to watch the parade. I mean, it's neat to see. There's several people that have always parked in the same spot, and they'll bring a four-wheel wagon or something like that down there and park it for their spot. So when it's time for the parade, they just come down and they climb up on their wagon and they can watch the parade.
Yeah.
So
It's a tradition for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
people have their thing. Yeah.
Yep, they have the thing. It's like I say, it's one of the oldest running, fairs and parades in Tennessee.
Very cool. Very cool.
So anyway, but yes, parade 5 p.m. And then the gates open also at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So as the parade's ending, a lot of people will just walk right across the street and come right on into the opening night of the fair. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights are what we call our pay one way nights, where $15 gets you in the gate, gets you all the activities, on the Century Stage, up in the arena, and the Midway. Mm-hmm. You don't have to buy tickets for the rides or anything like that. So $15 a person.
Century Stage is the one where the farmers market happens.
Yes.
And Tommy Marsh is heavily involved in that, so it's going to be good.
Yes.
Tommy Marsh, we're just so excited you're here because, you're just bringing entertainment to, he is really.
He is
He is pretty hot. He's pretty fun. He's pretty fun. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyway, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Like I say, and then Friday and Saturday nights, it goes down to $12 for adults, $6 for students to get in, but they have tickets for sale in the rides.
Okay.
In the ride area, in the midway. So Friday the gates open at 5 p.m. Saturday the gates open at 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 3 to 7 p.m. there is what they call an armband special. So it's not really that crowded at 3 p.m.
Right.
You can come in, pay, if you're a student, $6. Then you can buy an armband for $20 that gets you
all the rides.
And a lot of, a lot of people do take advantage of that because it's not near as crowded at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
You bet.
And so you can get in and ride a lot more of the rides without having to wait in lines and stuff like that.
Right.
So
very cool. So we're talking with Trent Cobb. He is with the Fair Board, and we're going through just kind of recapping what's coming up with the fair. Now, if you've already too much information on, and you're trying to write this down, this little handy book that you can find. I know there's a stack on Ace Hardware.
We've got
they're all over town.
We've got them scattered out all over town. So, and like I say, it is online. Yeah. You can go to the Roberts County. Yeah, it's a digital catalog, and it looks just like this right here. It's just like a flip book. So when you download it, you can just go page by page and read it off of your phone, your tablet, whatever. If you're getting old like me, you have to put your glasses on, and I can't see it on my phone. I have to.
But if you want to go to the social media, it's Robertson County Fair TN, Robertson County Fair TN. And again, you can go through this book and everything he's covering, but we just wanted to give you a reminder. It's Fair Week. Next week.
Next week. So actually Sunday afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. is when everybody is bringing their exhibits in. So if you've got some canned goods, if you've got art that you've done, tobacco, or tobacco, I don't know how, you got to say it. Backer. All of that will be entered in. All the 4-H exhibits and stuff like that will be entered into what we call the Red Building, or the main armory building. Everything except for the flowers and the baking departments. They don't bring them on Sundays.
Right.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. is when we have our open baking. That's when you bring your baking goods and stuff like that, and then they'll be judged. So, and then 5 p.m. obviously the fair parade, and then at 6 p.m. this is our first time, but hopefully not only time. We hope to have her back year after year. Is Elizabeth Graves, which she's been on here. She is just
she's a doll.
I was going to say a doll. You took my words. She is absolute doll.
Well, you've got pictures of her on here. I'm sitting here flipping through the social media page right now, and I'm like, oh, there's Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So she's a mover and a shaker.
So, yep, she is. She works with the UT Extension Office, and she does demonstrations. So she is going to do a demonstration at 6 p.m. inside the Red Building, the main Army building, and it is how to make easy peasy smoothies.
Okay.
So she's going to be, And
what day did you say that is?
That is Tuesday.
That's opening night.
Opening night at 6 p.m.
And that's also senior citizen night, and seniors get in free if you're 60 and older. And you know what? I just realized next year I'll get it free that night.
Yeah, all you have to do is bring something to support Isaiah 117.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's how they get in free.
Okay.
And there's a list
of things
here,
they need.
of what Isaiah 117
Baby
needs.
wipes, diapers, toothpaste, toothbrushes, floss, body wash, lotion, deodorant, hairbrushes, detangler, conditioner, headbands, ponytail holders, notebooks, pencils, crayons, and that's just right off the top of the list right there.
And
I'm helping.
There you go. I appreciate that, because you can find them quicker than I can flipping through that. So, but yeah, if you are 60 years or older, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Actually, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. is what we call senior night.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's Tuesday. Oh, I see that now.
Yes.
Oh.
So, like I
Okay.
say, we want to support Isaiah 117. They're just getting off the ground here in a big way.
Okay.
Getting a new house. We could
Pretty
cover
exciting.
half an hour talking about
One of
Isaiah
my
117.
audio video students, Alex, is going to do his they have to do individual projects. He's doing it on Isaiah 117.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. Here's one thing that I think we need to kind of a caveat to what you just said about seniors coming in free on Tuesday through Thursday. That does not include the carnival ride. So how are they going to do that?
Well, if you want to ride carnival rides,
Yeah.
if you're 60 years or older and you want to ride a carnival ride, then you still do have to pay a ticket.
Okay, but a lot of 60-year-olds don't want to
Well,
ride.
I don't even ride the rides.
Yeah, see, I'm not really a rider
Yeah,
anymore. And I
so-
used to ride them all.
But like
yeah,
I say,
okay.
I mean, but an Isaiah 117 donation for 60 years and older gets you in. You get to go to all the exhibits.
Right.
You can go to Tommy Marsh's
Yeah, go
shows,
hear the music,
the arena events.
play some games.
So, yep, you can still go up there and play games.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of good stuff. So
You can hang on to your grandchildren and watch them ride rides. That's what you're doing. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So go ahead.
So okay, so that is 6 p.m. Tuesday, and then at 5 to 7:30 p.m. Matt Dominic is at the singer-songwriter stage, and if you'll the centerfold of this book, there you go, right there, he is a young and up and coming singer-songwriter, and he will be performing right up close to our concession stand beside our food pavilion. I mean, we're going to have live music there just while you're eating supper or whatever, because
Yeah.
we've got the table set out there. You come by and get something to eat. A lot of families will take advantage of that. They'll sit there and eat, and while they're eating from 5 to 7:30, we're going to have live music right there.
Is that going to be under the pavilion where
Yes,
the band, where the musician's going to be?
Yes, he'll be right there underneath the pavilion where the picnic tables and all that we set up right beside our concession
Right.
stand.
Very good. Very good.
And then from 6 to 9 p.m., Justin Gustin and Truth Jones will be on the Century stage.
Awesome.
And then at 7 p.m., we have the Dairy Show under the Livestock Pavilion. So all the dairy animals, which is, I hate to say, but there's getting fewer and fewer in Robertson County.
know.
But there's still, several that come that are in Robertson County, and then there's a couple of others, that come from like over in Wilson County and Sumner County and stuff like that
Right.
come to the show. So, and then happening in the arena, our arena event for the night is the IBRA approved open barrel racing.
I love barrel racing.
Yeah, I mean
I love
it's
barrel
just
racing. I have some cousins that barrel race.
yeah. So okay,
That's a Century stage.
that is all Tuesday.
Okay.
So Wednesday at 7 p.m. we have the beef show underneath the livestock pavilion. 6:30 p.m. we have praise and worship night underneath the Century stage. So Tommy will not be there.
Well, in Tommy's show, if you want to hear Tommy Marsh, he'll be there Friday night.
Yes, he'll
he's-
actually be there
yes,
Friday night.
He is the one, but we mentioned Tommy because Tommy's the one who's been putting together the acts. He came.
Yes,
yeah.
and he will
So,
actually be there every night
he's-
doing the sound and stuff like that.
Sure, but his show. If you want to hear Tommy, if you want to hear Crooked Eyed Tommy, the band, that's Friday night.
Yes, and then we have at 7 p.m. 41A go-karts down in Pleasant View. They have a racetrack down there that stays open year-round, but this gentleman, he has agreed. He comes up, we build him a racetrack up here, and we have go-kart racing in the arena. And these guys, they're not just a little put around in the backyard go-karts.
Yeah,
These are they take it serious, and
Mm-hmm.
it is serious business. So, but I don't see what the Wednesday, if it's in the centerfold of the catalog, back to the music thing, who is going to be
I'll tell you real quick here.
up at,
There's the
or
left.
do we even have a Wednesday night singer-songwriter?
You do not.
Okay, so
You
it's
do
just
not.
Faith Night.
Yeah,
Just
it's Faith Night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Faith
Just
Night.
double checking. So, then that gets you through Wednesday night. Main event arena is the go-kart racing. Thursday night, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Century Stage is Mr. Perry's music. He'll be down there at the Century Stage, and I'm assuming he'll have students.
I don't know. Originally, Tommy had said that it's going to be, because Perry has an adult band.
Yeah.
Okay, he has a band himself, so I think you may hear from them and maybe some students. But we'll have to get. I'll call Perry and find out.
Yeah.
Because he's one of my music teachers, so we'll reach out to him and find out. But it'll be fun, I guarantee it, because he's always fun, whatever he does. So it'll be great.
Yes, and from 5 to 7 p.m. also happening down around the Century Stage area. There is a car show.
Oh, it's going to be a fun night. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And you drive in, whatever. But I've talked to Ronnie Pendleton, who is our coordinator of this car show, and he's got some junior drag cars that are going to be down there. So, junior drag cars that are going to be down there. A couple of race cars. I heard possibly maybe even a pulling truck.
Oh, nice.
In addition to, just a little bit of something for everybody to see, in addition to all the wonderful old, restored and still in mint condition antique cars.
That'll be fun.
And, yep, that is from 5 to 7, and you'll be voting on the best car.
Okay.
It is a text to vote. Each car will have a number on it. And you come down, and there's a number that you can text your vote of which one you want. Motor Memories up in Ridgetop is sponsoring this show. That is Mr. David Love, who is a really good friend of mine, but he owns Motor Memories, and he is sponsoring the car show that night. So, and that is okay.
You're at the
I'm looking down. April Watts. Amber Watts.
Amber Watts, yeah.
I know April Watts, but anyway, Amber Watts singer-songwriter stage is from 5 to 7:30 p.m. And then 7 p.m. We will have the full throttle monster trucks the first night.
That's the fun stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
And
that's what my grandson loves.
And keep in mind, $15 gets you in the gate. You get monster trucks, you get car shows, you get music, you get all the rides on the Midway, for $15.
And that's a Thursday night's going to be a night. It's going to be packed.
It is, yes, it will be. Yeah. So, then it comes to Friday. I'm making.
You're good. You're good. Brian and Tiffany will be in here, but they'll share a little time with you.
Okay. All right.
We're going to save all the spots, so you just keep going.
All right. Friday, September the 23rd, which is 6 p.m. We have our sheep show. Now, there are a lot of sheep in Robertson County.
Yeah, there are. I was stunned.
I mean, if you go down there, it's a growing thing, and the sheep show is getting bigger every year. So, and then at 7 p.m., we have the monster trucks the second night in the arena. At 5 to 7:30 p.m., Morgan Mills singer-songwriter stage, and 6 to 9 p.m. is Crooked Eye Tommy. Underneath the Century Stage, and he is very energetic.
Oh, he's
to say the least.
He's just fun.
But Friday night is the first night of. You pay. It drops down for $12 for adults, $6 for students. To get in the gates, and then if you want to ride rides, you'll have to purchase tickets to ride the rides. But still, for $6 or $12, you get monster trucks. You get Crooked Eye Tommy. You get this.
Absolutely.
So
it's gonna be a good night. I mean, every day is great. I mean, there's things I'm going, oh, that's cool. You're gonna want to be there the whole time.
Yeah, and this is, like I say, it all boils down to, this is what we prepare all year long for. As soon as one fair is over with, we start getting together, getting our ideas and stuff like that.
Quick suggestion from my husband, because my husband's full of them, and he's like, when Trent's in there today, ask him if they have ever thought about having a purchase pass that you can purchase for the entire week. That's something they do up north.
Okay.
And he goes, no, it's not cheap, You know, but you've got you've got a pass that will get you in all week, no matter what's going on. And of course, I mean, you'd have to buy the rides then on the nights you have to buy rides, but it's a gate pass that you can buy for the entire week. So that way you can come anytime.
Yeah.
It's a thought. It's a thought.
That's a thought.
But my Yankee husband's like, they need to have a week pass. They need to have a fair pass that they sell. We sell those up north. He's
okay. Well, Chad, if you're listening, write that down in my notes.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all. So anyway, that got us through Friday night. Now Saturday, it's an all-day event. 9 a.m. it starts the Pulley show and sale in the livestock pavilion. And that is a 4-H show. It's where they get the 4-H students get their chickens. They raise them all year long. Well, not really all year long, but they raise them up to pullet size. And they have a show and then an auction to auction the chickens off after the show.
You're somebody that slaughters chickens, so you understand what pullet and all that. See, I've never raised. I mean, they had chickens when I was a kid. So what is pullet?
Well, pullets are just they're teenage chickens, I guess you could say. I mean,
they're ready to pull it to pluck them.
Yeah, pull it. Yeah, or getting ready.
Is that what that means?
They're getting ready to start laying. You know, that's their.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
So.
I'm not a chicken person, so I'm like, I don't know what that is. Okay.
So, and directly after the pullet show, down still at the livestock pavilion is the pet show.
Fun.
And that is really fun because it's not only just for dogs or cats. I mean, you'll see goldfish, you'll see goats, sheep, miniature miniature horses.
Oh, fun.
Donkeys, you name it. It's if you can lead it down there and it's not going to run away and kill everybody, it's considered a pet down there. So.
That's great. That's great.
So anyway, but yeah, that is at 10 a.m. And then right after the pet show, immediately following the pet show is our pedal race up in the arena, where we have pedal tractors up there, and this is for ages, I want to say 4 to 10. I think Chad might jump in there and tell me exactly what the age group is on that, but you're paired up in ages, and we have a track set up, and you race, side by side pedal tractors down the track.
How fun! And again, they have them. You don't have to bring your pedal.
You don't have to bring it, and that's why we have 2 identical ones sitting side by side. So they're going down the track racing, but it's also a timed event. So it's the one in that age group that gets down the track the fastest is the winner, and they got first, second, and third place in that. So. Anyway, always a real fun time. That's at 10 o'clock. Then at 3 p.m., the goat show underneath the livestock pavilion. There again, there are a lot of goats in Robertson County, so we'll have that. And then one of my really, really favorite events is at 5 p.m., the 4-H Share the Fun Talent Show, where, there's some really talented young performers in Robertson County.
I got a real kick out of that. I went to that, I guess, last year, and they were so much fun. It was great. It was fun.
Yeah, so, and then at 6 p.m., our first ever mullet contest at the Century Stage.
I'm still freaking out that they're coming back. I've actually got a couple of students in my class. I'm like, there's a mullet competition at the fair because they got them.
Yeah,
so
and they think they're really cool. Like, we're doing this.
I know.
Now.
It's like, it's a new thing. It's like, it's just coming back around, y'all.
That's right.
So funny.
That's right. So, but yeah, 6 p.m. is the mullet contest, and then from 6 to 9 p.m., Roadhouse Roosters at the Century Stage, immediately following the mullet contest. So come down for the mullet contest, but stay for Roadhouse Roosters.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That name right there, they just sound like they have to be good.
I think so too. Tommy says they're fabulous, so
yeah,
it'll be good.
And from 5 to 7:30 p.m., you have Aaron Pax Taylor, singer at the singer-songwriter stage. And then the big main event at 7 p.m. is the Demolition Derby.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah. So good. Like I say, the gates, the early morning shows, like the 4-H, Pullet show, and the pet show, and the pedal race, there is no gate admission. you just show up for those. These are free. You know, you can just come in, watch all this stuff right here, and then the gates actually open at 3 p.m.
Okay. So how does that work if people are in there?
Yeah.
How do you kind of work? Are you kind of on your honor that you go back out and pay the gate?
Yeah, you're kind of on your honor. And like I say, there's a pretty decent gap, you know, from time the pedal race ends until.
Gotcha.
People could just stay in there and just hang out.
Kind of like going to a movie and then going over to another movie.
Yeah. So anyway. But like I say, at 3 p.m. when the gates open and you pay your $12 or your $6, you get all of that stuff that we just mentioned. Mm-hmm. You know, we try to stress that. We try to have something for everybody. You know, we are a nonprofit, 100% volunteer fairgrounds. You know, we don't get paid for what we do, but we just love the community and want to try to put on the best, you know, fair that we can.
Now, there's a side note. Elizabeth just said that the Roadhouse Roosters canceled, but they had something come up. They've got a 13-year-old guitar prodigy that's replacing him. I've heard about this kid, and oh my goodness, you're going. I'm so excited because that means I can go see him because I couldn't go to the blues festival because I was in Michigan.
Yeah.
And this is I'm betting. I'll have to confirm all this with Tommy, but I'm betting it's that kid because he is awesome.
Okay.
And you're going to see that. You're going to see that
Tuesday night, and now you know.
I'll reach out to Tommy and find out if it's that kid, and he's just phenom. I mean, just incredible. Yes. And so, I mean, there'll be a band with him. It won't just be him, I'm sure, but because I mean, anybody, when you got a kid like that, people want to get in there and play with them. You know, so I got a feeling it'll be a absolute free for all. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So, and then after the demo derby, we clean up and go home.
Very good.
And Sunday from 2 to 4 is when everybody that enters something in the red building or the exhibit hall building can come collect their premiums for whatever, you know, if they won something, and then take all their stuff back home.
Very good.
And I might add that in the white building, which is what we call our commercial booth exhibit building, this year there I talked to Honeybee, Hunter Mantooth, her nickname is Honeybee. I talked to Honeybee. There are several different businesses that are going to be in there this year that will actually be selling product.
Okay.
You know, so not only can you come by and look at them, there'll be stuff that, you know, you might be interested in buying, and also at the same time, our baby show contest will be going on down there. The picture baby show contest. We'll have pictures, and it's the same thing. It'll be a text to vote.
Okay.
You know, there'll be a number, so
like
that'll be inside. So
very good.
You'll want to go in there.
Chad has confirmed that the guitar player that is the one I was talking about from the blues that went to the blues festival, and I've had several go. There was this kid at the blues festival, and oh my word. That's who's doing the show Saturday night. So
did Chad have to correct me much, or was I doing pretty good?
No, says I think you're doing pretty good.
All right,
I think you're doing pretty good.
That's good. So anyway, that is the schedule of events, and we got it in a half an hour, but it was.
We haven't done any ads yet. So.
Yeah, you hadn't done any ads, and I kept looking at you like, "Are you going to stop me?"
No, I'm going to just let you go.
But anyway, that is it. We would love to have everybody come out. The weather is supposed to be phenomenal, although I did see Leland this morning as I was walking out. It could be up in the low 90s again, you know, for during the day. But, I mean, that is middle of the day, you know.
Exactly.
And then by 6, 7 o'clock, it's going to start dropping back down and be in the mid-60s and stuff like that.
Exactly what we want.
Absolute perfect weather.
Yep, it's going to be fun. It's going to be perfect. I mean, I'm just so excited about the fair this year. I'm just thrilled that y'all pushed it later into the month. And Ken Gamble is voting for the week pass idea. So
there you go.
Yeah,
right.
It's an idea. It's a good
that'll
idea.
be something we'll discuss right there.
There you go. Awesome. Very good. And I had mentioned Brian and Tiffany coming in, but then I forgot. No, Leah's coming in. Leah Blocker's here with Casa, and we're going to talk about the Boo Bash Dash. And so she's coming in behind you. Anything else, my friend?
That's it. That is the entire fair. What we've waited all year for.
I'm excited.
And so we just hope to see everybody down there. And
sounds good.
Just go
Well,
on
and
out.
I'll hang on to at least one of these,
Well, you
and
can
I'll
keep
just
that
keep.
one, and you can keep this one because I've got a couple more in my truck.
Do you have a few?
Yeah.
I've got 3 here. I don't know if I need all 3 of
Yeah,
them.
well, I'll
but,
keep them. You might carry them to school
We'll
with
hand
you.
them out. Yeah, I'll take one to school. Absolutely. And I'll
school.
talk to the kids because I'm going to go up to one particular young man. I'm not going to call you out on the radio. But, yeah, he's got a mullet. And he's got a fine mullet. And I'm going to be like, you need to get in the contest.
There you
so,
go.
very good. But we will push this big and send everybody your way, and we will see you at the fair. I'm going to get to be there more this year, and I am very excited about that.
All right.
Awesome. I'll see you there, my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you, and send Lee on in here. And we're going to go ahead and start hitting these breaks. We need to talk about my friends, Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. If you've listened to me for very long, you know they're one of our longest running sponsors. And I love Lee's coming in here. As soon as you walked in, I was like, oh, Boo Bash Dash. I had forgotten, so they told me Casa was coming in. But we are going to talk about, though, Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center and how that, even after the growing season, people think, well, why would I want to go to the greenhouse after the growing season over? Well, because throughout the winter, I go and I pick up all my CBD products. And I also, whenever I have questions about what I'm going to be doing in the spring, I talk to Amy about it because I want to kind of run it by her and say, how should I do this? How should I do that? What should I plant there? That's the time to really start talking to her about that. They'll cut the hours back. They're going to, make adjustments to the hours as it gets on into the fall and the winter. Oh, and Hunter is saying that Corbin Creek will have a booth at the fair, so you can go and check them out there as well. Just so knowledgeable about everything that you have growing. They are just wonderful asset for us here in the community, and they are your place for Robertson County CBD products. If you're like, my doctor told me, he really did. He told me to start using CBD because I have such bad arthritis and I don't like to take medicine. And I'm about to be 60 and I don't have any pharmaceuticals. Ha ha ha. I think that's really good. Except I do use CBD oil, and it helps me tremendously. And I can't say enough about it. It has been such a game changer for me, and it may be for you. So if you have questions, get by there and talk to them. You'll be able to talk to them at the fair. We'll have Miss Amy coming in here as we get closer into the Christmas sampler. And believe you me, that'll be on top of us before we can blink. And she's part of that. But so much going on with Corbin Creek, and the best thing to do, just stop by and see them at 4920 Highway 161. Follow them on Facebook. Everything they're doing, they cover it really well on social media. And if you've got questions, you can call them at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. They're my friends and great, great help here in Robertson County about everything that you have growing. And you turn tell them. You turn send you. Leah, you just look lovely this morning. You just look adorable. Are you ready for the Boo Bash Dash?
I'm ready.
I love it. That is so cute. But so, what is going on with Casa? I love Casa. I just love y'all so much. I didn't know who y'all were for a long time. And once I learned about it, I'm just like, oh, it's just the coolest thing ever. It's so awesome.
Our most exciting news is we just continue to grow and grow and grow.
That's
so
wonderful.
The more advocates we have, the more sponsorships we have, the more kids that we can serve. And
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
So for somebody that's just come to the program and they don't know what CASA is, tell them what CASA is and how long y'all been in Robertson County. Give them the kind of the little.
So we are
review.
court-appointed special advocates. We work through the juvenile court system with Magistrate Stark, and we serve the children who have been deemed abused and neglected. You can't have a CASA advocate without it going through juvenile court. So once you get that advocate immerses themselves into the family, into the lives of the child. And our kind of slogan is be for the child, be the voice for the child. Mm-hmm. Most of them can't be in court. The babies don't have a voice at all. So we try to go in and help determine what is the best thing for the child. Make sure they don't slip through the cracks.
You bet.
So we have advocates that are trained. They're just pure volunteers that come and just give their time to these children. And it's a wonderful thing. We just had a case closed last week that these children have been in custody for 5 years. They were within 2 weeks of being in custody for 5 years.
Wow.
And they've had a CASA this whole time. Then they've been through several foster homes. They've been through several DCS workers. They've been through several attorneys. They've been through several different things. But CASA was isn't that beautiful? Man, so can you say what happened with they returned to their parents?
They were able to return to their parents.
With their
wow.
parents. They sure did.
Wow.
After 5 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I can't tell you, here's the thing. A lot of the times, and I don't have any idea what the story is, but I hear about CASA through Celebrate Recovery some, and how that they help men families, because people do go through struggles and come out on the other side of it. And oftentimes those kids need to be back with their families, and so they can build and go on. And I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a great organization to be with. We explain to the parents, we're not here for you, but if you are what's best for your child, then we will support you the whole way.
Amen. Yeah.
Our bottom line is the child themselves. Yeah. And, you know, there are times where parents aren't able to get things together. But I was just in court the other day with Magistrate Stark, and she told somebody, if a year-long rehab is what you need to get better for your child, then we're going to support you through that year-long rehab.
Right.
You know, as long as those parents are making that effort, it's always amazing to people that even, it doesn't matter how much abuse a child has taken in a home, they most always want to go back to that home because it's the bond with those biological families. And so that's our goal. That's always our goal, is reunification. And if that doesn't happen, then we go to the next goal.
Right.
So it's fun. It's rewarding. It's frustrating. It's discouraging, and then it's rewarding all over again.
Beautiful and wonderful and filling. And so that's CASA. And if you didn't know about it, man, you need to know more about it. It's just, CASA is one of those things, much like the work of Isaiah 117 House and all the things that Open Door does. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see the need, once you see what these kids are going through, you can't unsee it. And you need to be involved in some way. And CASA is just a beautiful thing. So when will you train advocates again?
We are actually in a training class right now. We just had our 4th week of training this week.
Wow. How many new advocates?
We have 6 new advocates.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. We have 25 current, and so we have 6 new ones coming in. And our goal is 10 a year, and we do 2 classes a year. So the next class will be probably in February.
Okay.
We'll start the next class.
So now, if this has perked your interest, and you're like, man, I've been wanting a place to pour myself in and make a difference, this is it. And apply now. Because you got to get the background checks.
Yes.
You got to go through that stuff, so that way you'll be ready when the new class starts up in February.
Well, and that way you've got it done before Christmas and before New Year, and just get it out of the way. You know, people often think, I don't have time. I work a full-time job, so I don't have time to do this. I'd love to. And I have one of my advocates waited until he retired because he didn't think he had time. And one of the things he tells people the most is, I did have time. I just didn't know it. Because once you get through the training, a lot of it is your own self-paced. You make the appointments to see the families, and you make the appointments to go to the schools or do whatever you need to do. And we're able to work around court dates and DCS meetings and that kind of thing. So you do have the time. We ask maybe an average of 10 hours a month.
Yeah.
For each kid. And so you've got that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So give us a call and we'll give you information, if nothing else.
Do you still need, I mean, you mentioned you had a gentleman, okay, because I know that's been a call, is you need some men, because you've got more women than you do men, and so we do need men to be advocates.
We do. We actually we're up to 5 now, so
we're
wonderful. Really excited about that.
Yeah.
But we had 1 for a very long time. So we actually, not in this class, but the previous class, we had 2 married couples that came through.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Because, you know, sometimes you just need somebody, you want somebody to go on the visit with you, or you need somebody to decompress with when you get home after you've had the visit. And for confidentiality purposes, you can't unless they've been through the class and the training and signed all the documentation. So,
oh, wow.
I think for these 2 married couples, it has really been a blessing to be able to do that together and have somebody to go through that together with.
That's cool. That's cool. I just can't, I just think this is just such a wonderful program, just to be there for those kids. As a teacher, I've had kids that will get pulled out of my class, and I don't know what it's for, and sometimes I wonder if it's a CASA. Because, I mean, I know that sometimes happens, you know, because I know some of their situations, and I know that maybe there's some things going on in the home, and I think, man, I hope that's a CASA. I hope it's something from somebody from Centerpoint or something that's pouring into that kid, you know. But nonetheless, okay. Leah Block is here. She is with CASA. How long have you been with CASA?
I've been there, March will be 4 years.
Oh, wow. And I know Tiffany was stolen from CASA.
She was.
we like to kind of tease that as like Tiffany Thompson, who took over for where Ace was at United Way. I was like, uh-oh. When they brought her in here, I was like, ooh. Yeah. I'm sure they're like, So have you replaced Tiff?
We have a good one. Her name is Kendall Neal.
Okay.
She was a probation officer for several
Oh,
years.
wow. Yeah.
And her and her husband have a local business here in town, and she's got a 5-month-old.
Oh, fun.
So she's been on the job about 4 weeks now.
Okay. So yeah, it's all getting done, and but the big thing is the reason why Leah is so tired in her fun little puppy dog.
No, I'm a cow.
You're a cow. I was like, okay, what is? Okay, you're a cow.
I'm
Now
a
I
cow.
see. Now I see you're a cow. I was thinking, is that a Dalmatian? The pink should have given it away, but she is tired because we have the Boo Bash Dash coming up, and what is the date?
It's October the 29th.
October the 29th. It is this Saturday before Halloween, and it will be a wonderful time. Kind of unpack that, and then I'll do a break, and then we'll come back and kind of talk some more.
Okay. So the Boo Bash Dash is a 5K, and it's also a 1 mile fun run.
Okay.
So you don't have to be a runner. I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
I'll walk the 5K with you if you want me to, but I'm not a runner. And we've actually moved it this year to the fairgrounds, to the pavilions.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do always back at the back of Travis Price Park, and so we're moving it this time to kind of do a little more of an event.
Okay.
And so I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. If you
That
want me to.
sounds good, and so we'll tease that. And I'm putting in a reservation for my grandson right now. I know we have a baseball game, but later in the day, so I'm hoping we can do this and then come because I want to dress up my kiddos and bring them out for this because I think it'll be so much fun. And so we're talking with Leah Blocker. She is with CASA, and we've got the Boo Bash Dash coming up. We want you to be a part of it, but we're going to pause for a minute and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends, if you're looking for help in real estate, have you thought about maybe being a realtor? It's really interesting. I had Barry and Rebecca came in a couple of weeks ago, and I did not realize Rebecca had been a X-ray technician. And somebody said to her, "I bet you would like working in real estate." And that was many, many, many years ago. But she started dabbling. The next thing you knew, that's what she's doing full time. And what's really kind of funny, Barry is a vice president of a marketing company, and she started saying the same thing to him because he was helping her so often to market the properties that were being listed with them to make sure people see them and that they get the best exposure. Having a marketer on the team is so valuable. And next thing you know, he's full-time real estate. So that's what they do all the time now. And they're such a great team. Barry is a Zillow certified photographer, licensed insured drone pilot, does the 360-degree virtual reality home tour so people can walk through your home without having to walk through your home. Rebecca's been at this a long time, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. And yes, they invite you to be a part of their team. So if you'd like to know more, whether it be you're buying or selling, or maybe you just want a career change, or you just want to put your toe in the water with real estate and say, hey, maybe that'd be a good fit for me, reach out to them at 615-505-7425, 615-504-7425, or you can connect with them at sellwithbecky.com or by BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Tell them U-Turn sent you. Leah Blocker's with me. She is with CASA Robertson County, court-appointed special advocate. I got it. I'm so proud of myself. Court-appointed, and it's for the kiddos. It's about having a representative for the kiddos, and really, this is your big fundraiser.
It is.
Boo Bash Dash. And so,
Which is why I was willing to wear a cow to come.
I was really impressed. I was really impressed as soon as I saw you walk in. So you're saying you're making this more of an event. So what is this going to look like this time?
So for the first year, we're not going to try to overexert ourselves, but we're going to move it to the pavilion area of the fairgrounds, and we're going to have a couple food vendors.
Okay.
We've got a couple of those confirmed. That Courtney's Cookies is coming out. Nutrition Fix is coming out. We have a couple in the works that we're waiting to hear back from. We're going to have a few of the other nonprofits to come because my theory is we have over 100 runners, and not everybody can give their time to CASA.
Yeah.
But could you give your time to somebody else who also helps the kids?
Yeah.
So they're going to come out so that you've got information of several different nonprofits right there at your fingertips. We're going to have a kid zone and have a little place for the kids to be able to play. We always have a costume contest. We encourage everybody to come out in their costumes and run and walk and just hang out that day for a little bit. We want to make it more of a family. I had somebody talk with me the other day that they're going to be tied up with their work stuff around Halloween. And so she said this would be a great opportunity for me to bring the kids out in a costume and feel like they're doing something for Halloween and not getting shorted kind of thing.
Yeah.
So somebody told me, said, if you go in there in a cow, you're going to get made fun of. And I said, well, you know what? It's for the kids. I don't care.
Oh, you're kidding me? I think it's adorable. I think it's adorable. So you keep going.
So basically, the race starts at 9. Registration will start at 8. We actually do pre-registration, and we actually, the night before, we'll do a package pickup at BS Brew Works.
Okay.
Where you can come on out and get your bib and get your information and have all that ready. So all you have to do is show up for the race the next morning. We tried that last year, and it made the race morning so much easier.
Okay.
And you just show up and line up and go.
Okay.
So that's going to be at BS Brew Works the night before. So you come out that morning, we race, and it always takes, there's a little lull after the race while we get all the results in and that kind of stuff. So we're going to have a picture booth opportunity. We're going to have a photographer there to kind of do that. And then you kids can play at the kids zone, hang out, get you something to eat. I know Courtney's Cookies is actually going to make a special healthy runner's cookie kind of thing. And she has actually said that she's not going to charge anything. She's just going to take donations and turn around and give those donations back to CASA.
How sweet.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So we're really blessed and we're excited. And, you know, if this year works well, then next year maybe even a little bit bigger. We just want to make it for the whole family and for the whole community and not just for runners.
Absolutely.
But the runners, they're our key thing, and it's so much fun. And we're still going to do the Greenway. People have asked me, starting there, which way are you going to go? We're going to turn left on the Greenway and run towards Travis Price Park.
Okay.
So the whole race will be on the Greenway.
Okay.
Instead of having to, I know some of the other races have taken you through town and that kind of thing. So we're sticking to the Greenway.
Yeah. And it's beautiful if you've not seen our Greenway. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
So, but it's going to be a good time, and as far as really, there's no age limit when it comes to the kiddos, because I'm thinking I've got a 2-year-old granddaughter. I've got my grandson is 2 months old. I think he might be a little young, but we could even put him in a little costume, put him in a wagon,
There you go.
and bring him. But I'm going to try so hard to get my grandkids out of Sumner County and bring them down here for this, because I just think they would love it. And it's the same thing what you were talking about. How that Halloween, sometimes you're just busy because it's on a Monday night this year. And my husband and I, we're always tied up with, we do lighting for the help with the lighting for the CMAs. And so we're starting to get ready for that. Mm-hmm. And last year we were hanging lights on Halloween. And so it's one of those things. It's like, oh, we could do this. And that way we wouldn't have to mess up our schedule with the production. And so it just is a perfect fit. I'm real excited about it. So I'm going to try my best to be there. You know, there's always all kinds of things, but this in CASA being what it is such a worthy time of a worthy cause for your time. Mm-hmm. And I can't say enough about it. So, but we want you to be a part of it. If you have, how can they get in touch with you if they've got questions? You said there's pre-registration. How do they do that?
So you can go, we have our Facebook page, and we actually have a Boo Bash Dash event. So it will take you straight to our event and let you sign up there. You can email me at casarobertsoncounty@gmail.com, or we actually are starting a new website, which is casaofrobco.com.
Okay.
Any of those things, if you can just look us up and call me, we'll get you, call Small Town Startup, call the chamber, call anybody, they'll get you hooked up with us. Because the other thing we need is sponsorships. Mm-hmm. We've got any businesses out there that want to be sponsors. Maybe you're not a runner. Maybe it's not even a business. We had some personal people come and do some sponsorships that said, I can't run, but here I want to give you something. And so they've given us sponsorships. So we have different levels of sponsorships. $250 gets you on and above gets you on a t-shirt. So,
okay.
You know, if that matters, and that matters to a lot of people, and the runners love their t-shirts. And so the t-shirts go out everywhere. In fact, I looked at the pre-registration this morning, and we had a runner from Chattanooga sign up.
Oh, fun.
Last year we had a couple people from Kentucky that came in to run. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's not just local people that are here running. And they take all of our stuff back, and it's fun.
Yeah, and that's it. The runner community. I was a runner for many years, and it is definitely a family. And this is I'm guessing a registered run that it counts points and
a matter
all
of
of that.
Timing comes and
right.
the race.
So that's all part of it too. And so they're doing this right, and it is one that will be a lot of fun. And I love it when we have some of the folks that come in, and plus too people who are familiar with CASA and they see an event where they can support CASA. They're like, man, I'm all over that. I'm all over that.
Well, and I can go ahead and tell you the weather that day will be cold and rainy. It has been for the past 3 years, but it amazes me. Last year, there were people that came out to register that morning, and I thought, did you look at the sky this morning when you got up and you still came?
Yeah.
But runners are runners. And in fact, several of them said, we like running in this weather a whole lot more than we do hot weather.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter what the weather is, rain or shine, unless it's storming, we'll be out there. So,
Okay.
and that's one of the reasons that I like moving to the pavilion area is because there's a lot more covered area
Yeah.
for people to seek shelter when they're standing around waiting.
Well, we're just going to speak it. God's going to give us a beautiful day. It's going to be a
hope so.
beautiful fall day. The sun's going to be high in the sky. So just speak it and claim it and pray over it. And we'll just keep doing that so that the weather will be nice. But I know what you mean. We tend to have those weekends. It's the same thing with the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. There for a while, it seemed like every single, when we first started that, it just seemed like every single weekend. And then it kind of got to where it wasn't, So it's going to be a
This
beautiful.
is our year.
This is our year. You're going to have beautiful weather. We're just going to speak it and pray over it. So it's going to be a beautiful day. I know. I'm talking with Leah Blocker, and she's with CASA. If you have any questions for her, seek them out on social media. You can reach out. Is there a phone number that you want to give out? I've got to do an ad, and then we'll come back and we'll just wrap everything up. But is there a particular phone number, or is it on social media? Which is the best number for them to contact you?
Social media is the best, but the phone number is 615-382-5066.
One more time.
615-382-5066.
Okay, and we're just wanting to encourage you to be a part of everything that they have going on with CASA. And we are going to take just a pause for a minute, and I'm going to talk to you about my friends at Cumberland Connect. I've got to say that I'm so excited because I was driving down the road a couple of days ago, and I noticed we're getting some new utility poles. And I was like, I don't know if they're going to be, I think they're going to be in addition to what we've already got, but they're putting them in. And I pulled up and I said, are you with Cumberland Connect? And they said, no, we're one of the subcontractors that's putting in the utility poles. So Cumberland Connect can come in and bring you your new service. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I have just absolutely been over the moon excited because I have been one of those that have been dealing with terrible internet for a very long time. As I have mentioned many times, I do a lot of media. I do a lot of videography. I do photography. I've started doing, professional photography again. I physically cannot do a photo shoot and do anything from my house when it comes to uploading to my customers. I have to go here to the radio station. I have to go to the church, somewhere, one of my places of employment, and steal their internet to get this done. And I am going to be so excited to be able to do this work from my home. One of the things, it was so funny. I don't know who it was I was talking to, but they said that we have a problem with connectivity. You can't make a phone call at certain places around our barns and stuff. And they said that might be fixed because you can boost your internet. You can boost your phone call based on your internet.
Right.
And they're like, you might be able to make a phone call in your barn. I'm like, oh, that'd be crazy. So 1,000 megabits per second, which is a gig, $80, y'all. $80. That's incredible. And I'm going to sign up. They know that I'm ready to go. And so bring it on. I cannot wait. They're supposed to be at my house by the end of the year. And as you can see, they're making their way there now. But if you want to find out when they're coming to your neighborhood, go to www.cumberlandconnect.org, www.cumberlandconnect.org. Put your zip code in, and it'll let you know. But if you are a Cumberland Electric customer, you're going to have access to this incredible new high-speed internet, Cumberland Connect, state-of-the-art Wi-Fi 6 routers included with internet service at no extra charge, no residential contracts, free standard residential installation. They've got a referral program. It's so exciting. And they're coming here, and they are one of our sponsors. So when you talk to them, always tell them that you turn us into them. I could honestly talk about Cumberland Connect for a while. Do you have good internet?
Well, I live right down from the courthouse. Oh, now I do. I haven't always lived there. When I lived out in the country, it was bad. But now
So you know,
it's set. Yeah.
you know the difference, and it is such a game changer with people working from home. It's just awesome. So, but we won't take any more of that time. I'm talking with Leah Blocker. She is with CASA Robertson County, court-appointed special advocate for the kiddos, for kids that are in the system that are dealing with the courts. And you're talking about a family of 5, you said? Or how many kids was it? It was 5 years. 3 kids that had been tied up in the courts for 5 years. They've gone through different judges. They've gone through different lawyers, but they've consistently had their CASA. Mm-hmm. And that's what helped them. And they've been able to reunite with their mom and dad. That is amazing. So that's what you're sponsoring when you come out to the Boo Bash Dash. So tell them again how they can be a part of the Boo Bash Dash.
Well, and when we leave here, I'll put everything under the comments as
Okay.
well, so you'll have some links. But if nothing else, you come out on October 29th at
Yeah.
9 o'clock and just show, or 8 o'clock and just show up, and we'll get you registered.
Right.
But we have on our social media, on our Facebook page, you can go to robco.com. You can go to Casa of Robertson County at gmail.com. I forgot which one I was doing. Casa of Robertson County at gmail.com is my email, or 615-382-5066. And like I said, I'll put everything in the links in the comments when we leave here, and you've got access to that.
Well, and Melanie is saying, this is the year. Melanie Stark saying, this is the year. Good weather for Casa Boo Bash Dash. We're just claiming it. I see
That's
she's
right.
just pray with us in agreement that this is going to be the year that's going to be amazing weather. So
And the fun thing is, go find your fun costume. As adults, we don't always get to dress up.
Yeah.
I've been Winnie the Pooh. I've been a cow. This year, I'm bringing out a new outfit. And I decided to save it for the end.
Okay.
We're actually going to do a an advertisement video with Small Town Startup to post on our Facebook page this next week. So it can be a little embarrassing, but again, it's for the kids, so you just go out and have a good time with it and laugh at yourself and just have fun.
So you've mentioned Small Town Startup a couple of times, and that's Lisa Arnold. How are they involved with Casa?
Well, right now they're running our Facebook page and
Okay.
doing a lot of our social media to kind of help us out. There for a while, we needed an extra boost, and then when I lost Tiffany as an employee, I needed an extra boost, an extra set of hands. So they've helped us a lot with building our social media platform and our audience and that kind of thing.
She's a busy person. I've reached out to Lisa a couple of times to try to. Well, she's been in here before, but tell her I'd love to get her back on the show.
I will.
And haven't had her on in a while, but I'll try to reach out to her as well. But just to see what all she's got going on. But so appreciate her sticking in and helping you guys with that. It's such a wonderful thing, because you guys were the ones too that always put out the little windmills, weren't you?
We did, and this year was when we did our virtual windmill instead of doing it, and we had people all over the county supporting us and doing pictures with their windmill, their pinwheels, and so we'll see. April is the month.
That's
so
April
we'll see
for
what
that.
we do for April this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was so funny because I saw somebody coming out of Dollar Tree with a whole bunch of pinwheels. I'm like, I bet that has something to do with Casa. So, but very good. Anything we're missing that you think?
I don't think so. Any time of the year. If you want to do a sponsorship, if you have questions, we're still missing an office. So if you have some office space
That's
out
something we
there,
talked
we're
about
still
later.
missing an office.
Yeah.
We've been working from home now for almost 2 years. And there's perks to it and there's drawbacks from it. But right now we really would like to have an office. So if anybody has that extra space and needs a tax write-off or can work something out with us, give us a call. We sometimes need board members if somebody's interested in just supporting with the board members. Anything that you have. I have people call all the time wanting to just donate some time. I have a lady who's reached out. Their child needs some Beta Club hours. Can they come out and help with the Boo Bash Dash to get some hours?
Okay.
So, just anything like that. The worst we can say is no, thank you. Let me refer you to somebody else. I don't ever just say no. Let me
Right.
find who can use that service. So
Right.
if you have questions, call us, and we can help get you put in the right direction.
And if you want to be a CASA, now is the time to apply, because the next class will be coming up in February. And I just love that you're building such a good class of CASA representatives. And so if this is something, if you've heard something about this and you want to be an advocate for a kid or children, and I love the idea of husbands and wives. I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
And you just need to know more. You just need to reach out to them, social media, Facebook page, and start that process now so you can be ready for the class coming up in February. And just, again, anything we can do, let me know, and I'm going to do my very, very best to be out there. And I will put it on my calendar to remind myself to be sure and push it. If you see that you want to come in, because we're a month away. Would you like to come in right before and promote again? We'll just put that on the calendar, and I'll reach out to you, and we'll figure out when to do that.
Okay.
And we'll just, because I think we need to touch base with you one more time. Maybe even, is the Thursday before too close, or you think you'll be too busy?
Show up that morning.
Yeah, because that's just it. That way we can just kind of remind them. And we'll just kind of keep the reminders out there. But we will get you on the calendar. I'm sorry, you guys. I've had so many allergies. Kicking my tail. But we will get you back in here. So get in touch with Casa and Leah Blocker, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on One Street Over. Looking forward to joining with you tomorrow, because it is Rachel Culver's day. And she and Glenn went on a retreat together, and she's like, "Oh, just wait until I tell you what happened."
Jordan with
It's
your
gonna be
local
good.
news
Join us here
from
for 1100
WSGI. The Clarksville City staff members are working to replace electronics equipment that was recently damaged by lightning. Officials report computers and video